Shalom from Israel, dear BRADTV. Happy and blessed 10th anniversary. You are such a blessing for us in Israel. We know you serve God, you do an amazing work in Korea, but also you are an amazing blessing for us in Israel with your help. We're preaching the gospel, we're helping people, we're taking care of poor and needy. Together, we'll make a difference. God bless you, and we're looking forward to see you in Israel again.
Shalom, BRADTV. You guys do an amazing job being faithful stewards of what God has given you and sharing the good news. You know how much media in this world is dark. It's a dark place, but you are shining a bright light, BRADTV, and 10 years going strong. I can't wait to see what God will do with the next 10 years coming. Thank you for being such a friend to Israel and for really expressing the stories that people wouldn't get to hear, meeting the people that no one would get to meet. So thank you for doing the legwork and being faithful. I wish you and bless you out of Israel here. אנחנו מברכים אותך בשם ישוע שאתם תצליחו ותקבלו את כל התקציבים ואת כל מה שאתם צריכים לעשור הבא. May God richly bless you from Israel.
And Golan, you have the higher Galilee and you have the Golan. And so when Hezbollah is shooting rockets from Lebanon area, they try to hit in the Golan bases. And the reason that they try to hit in Golan bases is because they want to hit soldiers. And especially their agenda is to hit the Iron Dome. We need to deal with the head of the head of the Tamnun, the Dunun. Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthi, they are the proxies of Iran. So Israel already made some things that put back Iran to their place. I was very happy 2 weeks ago when the president and his foreign affairs minister have been killed in this airplane, and that's I could see that was the hand of God on this, and let's see if when you touch the apple of God's eyes, He will take care of them.
생각보다 전쟁이 좀 많이 길어지고 있는데 군대에 들어간 분들 중에 이렇게 크게 다치거나 전사물은 없겠죠?
Well, thank God, no one that close have been died. Many prayers, we prayed a lot. But yes, many friends and friends of relatives that have been killed. I've been in many funerals since October 7. I've been in funerals of those who have been killed in the party in the south. Personally, I lost my relative who was there, and she has been killed. Her name is Maya Chaim, and she received 2 shots in her chest, and she died immediately. It took to the parents 3 weeks to find her body until they find it, and then it was a funeral, very, very painful season, and it's hard. Helping to the soldiers in trauma. We have a lot of young men. Well, one of them is my Timothy, so I will talk about him. He was in Gaza, and he was experienced taking parts of bodies of soldiers to the place of the day before they bring them to their families. And he was very traumatized. He's still in trauma, so there is a lot of trauma from this. Still, people are still shocked, but I can say that it's not over yet. We want it to be over, but it's not over yet. Sadly to say, but it's not over.
이런 상황에서 목사님이 계시는 그 메시아닉 공동체가 예수와를 믿는 형제 자매들로서 유대인들에게 빛과 소금의 역할을 감당하기 위해서 많은 일, 특히 구제 사역을 하고 있다고 이야기를 들었습니다. 어떤 일들을 이렇게 해오셨습니까?
Well, I will cut it for 3 areas of need that it was used, and I will say in every territory what we have done a harvest of Asher. We were helping soldiers. That's one area. We were helping evacuated family. It's second area. And we have helped to families of the hostages to provide and feed. So for the family of the hostages, what we've done, we mainly help them with purchasing food and equipment. We need to know that they lost everything, and they right now in a lot of flight and communication to the government, and there is a big pain, and we wanted to show love, so we supported them with a food coupon and provide for them so they can go and purchase for the family. So this is for the evacuated family. By the way, there is one person that I know that he's hostage in Gaza, and his sister. We know the family very, very well, and so we have adopted this family, and we help them. We support for them. So this is for the hostage family. As for the evacuated families, I've been communicated with the local mayor of the city council that is overseeing all the territory from Kiryat Shmona till Rosh Hanikra, all the borderline. Moshe Davidovich is name, and he expressed a need for computers for the children, especially at the beginning, because they could not go to school. And if you remember the Corona time when the kids study at home, so now they've been evacuated from their home for 1 second, for 1 minute to the other minute, and they didn't succeed to take many things, and they left many things behind. So we have helped purchasing computer for kids so they can do a Zoom study in their hotel, so in whenever Airbnb that they are located, so they can stay there and they can be provided and they can study there. We have also helped to evacuate family with blankets, pillows, whatever, clothing, whatever it's needed for their life. And the main area that we have helped is for the IDF soldiers, which we were, when we find that there is a lot of need. I've received many phone calls from different units, IDF units, and for a lack of bullet vests and for tactical clothes and helmets and flashlights and batteries, and so we've purchased many of these items and we give them help. One of the projects that personally I liked is to help Arabic Christians unit where they are serving in the army, in the IDF. So we help them with backpacks, with all the equipment that needed for them, underwear, shirts, shampoo, all the things to give it to them and to show them love. You need to know that when a fighter is in the fighting zone, he does not have a time to change his clothing. So there is no time for laundry. So they're taking a lot of socks with them, and they threw the old socks and put a new one. And that's actually what my son, when he came back from Gaza, he had eczema in his leg. Now he's okay, but it was very. They come with a lot of diseases from there. So when you give them all these underwear, you keep them clean in a way. They didn't take shower for maybe 2 months, so you can smell how it's not nice. But we help a lot, and we one of the things that we helped was all these communities in the northern area. They've had some units that protecting those buildings, so we help those units with tactical equipment and with flashlight and with drones and many kind of equipment that help them to protect the area. Also, we gave them medical kits equipment. Personally, in the beginning of the war, I was very angry. And I was very upset, after you seeing 1,200 people murdered, One of them is your relative, and you see the brokenness, and you see the kids in the army, and you see the families of the congregation in a chaos. So it's brought a lot of brokenness into my heart. And I said, God, what's going on? And I prayed to God to give me His heart, to give me His eyes, to have the eyes of forgiveness, so I can minister Him. And one of the programs that I've done is, even it's a time of war, we need to show love toward our Arabs, our brothers in the Lord. You know, they are Arab Christians. So one of the things that we have done is we gave to all the congregation, all the churches, 250 churches, Arabic churches in the Galilee, we gave them a medical kit, equipment, professional, that only nurses and only doctor can use it. It's with oxygen and a scissor for surgeries, all this. So when it will be a war with Hezbollah, and when damage will come toward the northern area, they will have the equipment to take care of their people and their neighbors.
양말을 빨 수가 없으니까, 전투하는데 빨 수 없으니까, 양말을 이렇게 지원해 준다든가, 샴푸를 지원해 준다든가, 이런 거는 좀 이해가 되는데, 말씀하실 때 이제 헬멧도 또 이제 사서 보내주기도 하고, 드론까지도 얘기하셨어요. 그게 이스라엘 군대에서 이렇게 드론이라든가 헬멧이라든가 이런 걸 갖다 주면 받아들입니까?
When you communicate with the commander of the unit, he gives you the standard. One of the things that was when we purchased the bullet vest, it was supposed to be dolphin vest, which is protecting from a Kalashnikov gun, because the bullet of Kalashnikov, it can come inside through the bullet vest, and you need to have a dolphin level 3. So you cannot buy just any bullet vest. You need to have special bullet vest, and so that's what we have done. We went to and buy the special one. They're much more expensive. The IDF is giving those bullet vests only to special unit force when they are coming inside of Gaza. And so there are many units that come inside of Gaza and they did not have it. And when they asked from the army did not provide it for them. So this is when they called me and they said, we don't go inside without being protected, and we want you to help us with this. So only after receiving the approval that it's by code and it's okay, then we provide those bullet vests and the helmet. You have a ballistic helmet and you have a tactical helmet. The ballistic helmet is sitting like all over the head. The tactical is like this, special, and there is another kind of helmet. And when you provide this, it must be under coding. It must be under the IDF coding. You cannot just give it to them, because then it can come against you.
그럼에도 불구하고 당신들은 돈이 어디서 나서, 그리고 당신들이 누군데 우리를 이렇게 돕는 겁니까? 라고 되물을 때 우리는 예수를 믿는 메시아닉 유대인입니다. 이렇게 얘기를 해 주십니까?
Okay, I will tell you one story. There are many stories, but I can share with you one story. And this story, it was 1.5 months after October 7. I was with my assistant. We went down to the area of Gaza and to bring tactical clothes. We have achieved to have a tactical clothes, and so we went down to this army unit, and when we came inside to the base, I went to the commander and I told him that I have the tactical clothes for his soldiers, and they came to the car. I opened all this, and they asked, who are you? Who are you? And I said, we are Messianic Jew, and we are this was given by Christians who love Israel, and it's come from many people around the world that wants to tell you that they love you and they stand with you and giving you thanks for fighting for the land of Israel. And they were very, very appreciative and very thankful. And one of the soldiers came to me, and I had a goosebump when I said, he came to me with the tears in his eyes, and he says, "Thank you so much." And he says, "You don't know how it's appreciated for us. First of all, you are the first civilian that we see after a long time. Because, you know, when they come inside, they could not be with their phones. They could not be inside of Gaza with their phones. They went out, but still they could not use their phones. So when he saw me as the first civilian, and I'm telling him about the Christians who love of Israel, and they love him, and he was in tears, and he gave me a big hug and say, "Thank you so much." And give thanks to those Christians that support and love us.
혹시 이렇게 그 물건들을 전해주면서 예수의 복음도 이렇게 전하기도 합니까?
They are coming, it depends on the case, but in this kind of situation, they are coming out of trauma. They are coming out of war. So you need to show them love, unconditional love. That's what we have sharing with them. And telling them that we love them, and Yeshua, that I believe in Yeshua. But from there to go and minister and to share the gospel, it's by the law of Israel, it's illegal. You cannot give and share the word of God. That's by law, it's legal here. But you can show the love of God, and if they are asking you questions and they want to know more, they will know, they will tell, they will ask, and then you can share with them. Only yesterday, we've done a barbecue for army units, and the commander was sitting with me for lunch, and he asked me, "Who are you?" And I told him, "I'm believing in Yeshua, and I'm Messianic Jew," and then he wanted to know, but they were already outside. So they were outside of this war, like you can see them when they're loose, they're relaxed, you can talk to them. But it's only when they're asking. So you show love and you show care, especially today in Israel, like what you are now, BREDTV. When you are in Israel, there are not many tourists in Israel. And for us, the Israeli, to see you here is a big thanks, because all the world is against us. And so when we see this, we are highly, highly appreciated, and it's a heart opening. And that's what is on my heart, is to help people to open their heart and show them that there are many who are with us than those who are against us. Because that's what we are feeling here. We're feeling that all the world is against us.
그럼 목사님께서 느끼시기에 예전에 그 전쟁 나기 이전보다 전쟁 난 이후에 이제 그들을 향해서 많이 이 구제 사역도 하고 그들에게 사랑을 베풀었을 때 그들이 목사님이나 메시아닉 주들이나 메시아닉 공동체를 바라보는 시각이 좀 많이 바뀌었다라고 이렇게 느껴지십니까?
Yeah, there is much more opening. There is much more opening for questioning, because you know me long time ago, and you know me that I spoke about the end times, and I spoke about the second return of the Messiah, and I'm talking with many people within the years about the hard times that Israel is facing. And you know, when you talk it as in the air, people don't get it, because okay, we don't know when it will be. But when they are experiencing it on their flesh, on their soul, the pain, then they are coming and they said, "How did you know? And what's going on? And who is the one that revealed you the secrets?" And then it's opening doors. So I see today more openness than before.
목사님께서 또 느끼시기에 10월 7일 전쟁 나기 이전과 전쟁 난 이후에 이스라엘 사람들, 유대인들의 어떤 영적인 변화, 마음의 변화, 이런 것들이 하나님의 존재를 인정하고 하나님을 더 열심히 믿으려고 하는 사람들이 있는지, 그리고 더 나가서 예수아를 메시아로 받아들이려고 하는 유대인들의 그 숫자가 점점 어떻게 전쟁 이후에 많이 늘어났다, 이런 변화가 있습니까?
Yes, there is more opening toward Yeshua, and especially when you're meeting with the people, when they know you from your past, when you already have this conversation with them in the past, so you have more opening on that. I don't say that I see people say, hey, I'm accepting Yeshua now to be my Lord and my Savior, but I do see that many people are coming to the congregation to hear about what's going on, and they see the house of God, and they see and they feel, when we're doing the humanitarian aid, it's come from the church building, from the congregation building, so they see who we are, what we are, and we explain them what we are believing. And so those who knows that I was talking about the end times, because according to the Judaism, they believe the Messiah will be another 250 years. That's what they believe. So that's what they say, but I'm saying no, it's now. He's going to return now. It's now he's going to come back. And all the atmosphere of his second return, it will be for when we are the believers, or when we, Israel, we will stand alone. And right now, we see that. We see that Israel going into the place of standing alone in front of the nations.
이번 전쟁을 통해서 이스라엘 국민들이, 이스라엘 백성들이 깨닫게 되는 교훈이 있다면 어떤 게 있을까요?
When I'm talking with people on the streets, when I'm speaking with them, they all see that there is October 7 and there is October 6. In October 6 in Israel, we had a big fight between each other in Israel. And they realized that they were against the government, there is a lot of protest, and what's happened in Tel Aviv, and all this was the pilots that says we don't go to the army, and it was many things that happened. And now when this war comes, it brought us into unity. Today we were, it's very strange, because only when it's hard for us we are in unity, but when it's too easy we are fighting against each other, we don't agree with each other. This is the Israeli, the Jewish character. But it's bringing up a question. It's bringing up a question about these hard times that we are facing, and what is the future that holds for us.
이런 상황에서 우리 이방의 기독교인들은 이스라엘이 지금 처해져 있는 이런 상황을 보면서 전쟁이 더 이상 확산되지 않게 기도해달라고 하는 게 옳은 건지, 아니면은 전쟁이 일어나더라도 이스라엘이 꼭 승리하게 해달라고 해야 되는지, 지금 시점에서 우리가 이스라엘 위해서 어떻게 기도하는 게 좋습니까?
Well, Yeshua help us, and he says this word, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you will not see me until you will say Baruch haba in the name of the Lord. ירושלים, ירושלים, לא תראו אותי עד אשר תאמרו ברוך הבא בשם אדוני. So we are called to say to Yeshua Baruch haba, and our prayers is not to look when you pray for your government, you pray for the Blue House and the Parliament and the Prime Minister and the President. When I pray, I have the Knesset, but I know that the difference between Korea to Israel, that Yeshua will bring his kingdom over here to Jerusalem, to this place here. So that's where my eyes is on. I mean, with all of it is painful around, is I know that it's all the symptoms, or all are the events for him to return, because in the end it says that we will stand alone. When you see the Armageddon Valley, the Armageddon War, and you can see these nations gathering against, we didn't talk about peace for many, so it will be a peace for many. So we need to see also the temple build. My advice for you to pray is that Lord, come. Just Lord, come. I mean, Yeshua says, for the sake of the beloved, I will make those days shorter. So I pray, God, this prayer, for the sake of your beloved, make those days shorter, and just come.
제가 이스라엘에 처음 온 게 1994년도였거든요. 그러니까 어느덧 한 30여 년 되는데 지난 30여 년 동안 쭉 봐왔던 이스라엘 중에 지금 상황이 가장 어려운 것 같습니다. 이런 어려운 상황 속에서도 목사님과 또 목사님 그 공동체 식구들이 메시아닉 유대인들이 이렇게 예수와의 그 자녀들로서 이스라엘 국민들에게 이스라엘 사회에 빛과 소금을 보여주기 위해서 열심히 사역하고 있는 모습, 저희도 한국에서 열심히 응원해드리고 또 지원할 수 있으면 많이 지원해드리고 또 뭐 지금 전 세계는 다들 이렇게 이스라엘을 향해서 유대인들을 향해서 등을 돌리고 비난하고 있지만 우리 브래드TV를 중심으로 한 한국 교회와 한국 사람들은 늘 이스라엘과 함께하는 스탠드 위드 이스라엘 이렇게 지켜나가도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 이렇게 귀한 시간 내주시고 또 좋은 말씀 많이 해주셔서 고맙습니다. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much for BRTV for opening the door for the Messianic body to share the news from Israel from the perspective of a local that reaching out and showing the love, and that your support is tremendously. You know, if you look the last 5 years, we've had the corona and all the situation of the corona, and then we have had this aliyah to Israel, and now we have war. So maybe for many people around the world, they continue with their life, but for us here, always there is something new. Always there is a new thing that happened and stressful. So we need prayers, we need love, they need you to stand with us. I know that governments will be against Israel, but I know that also individuals who love Yeshua will be with us. So thank you so much for standing with Israel and loving us. We don't take it for granted. We highly, highly appreciate it. So shalom from Israel and blessing in the name of Yeshua Mashiach.
예전에 저희 그 브래드TV에서 이렇게 회복순례 팀들하고 파란 잠바 입고 목사님 교회 찾아가서 목사님한테 쭉 설명 듣고 또 축복받고 그 교회 옥상에 올라가서 이렇게 쭉 설명하던 그때 장면이 굉장히 이렇게 눈에 선한데 빨리 전쟁이 좀 마무리돼서 다시 이렇게 우리 한국 사람들이 회복순례 팀들이 목사님 교회 다시 가서 또 이렇게 그 설명 듣는 날들이 왔으면 좋겠는데 또 뵙도록 하죠. 예, 고맙습니다. Thank you.